This is a tough one. This is a tough one because you have to have a standard for lettering. Okay, there has to be a standard for lettering. If you're athletes, if you as a varsity athlete, and I know this is a whole lot of high school culture, you know, hootenanny, but if you're going to walk campus with a letter jacket, it better be justified, or your program has no integrity at all. That's just my opinion. If you're going to walk campus with a letter in a sport, it better be justified, or that program becomes a joke. That, oh, just go out for that, you know, go out for wrestling because then you can get a letter. And, you know, and I talked to Pete and a lot of the guys that were there at the state tournament, because we heard some people walking around saying stuff, and I told Heath, I go, you know, 5 years, 10 years after high school, everybody's a state champ. Everybody's a state champ. You'll meet people that you work with, and they'll go, oh, you wrestle, oh yeah, oh, no, I was a state champ, oh, I was a state champ in Iowa, oh, I was a state champ in North Carolina, I was a state, oh, okay, you know. 5 years, 10 years after high school, everybody's a state champ. So it's not about, and this goes back to my whole coaching play, it's not about being a state champion, it's not about winning, it's about that road and everything that you acquire. You know if you're a state champ, and you know if you're just a liar. But everything that you did, if you are a state champion, everything that you did to get there is what makes you the person you are. Being a state champion and getting a medal, every medal that I ever earned is in the trash. Because I've moved so many times, and I've gone from place to place, and all that stuff just gets dumped. Because you know what it does? It sits in your garage and ends up getting a lot of dust. So, anyways, I don't want to go down that road because it's worth it. And I've had this talk with all the guys. It's worth it. Every sacrifice, I told Heath before his match, all the pain goes away when you win. All the pain, all that tiredness, all that ache in the mud, it all goes away when you win. But everything you've done up to that point to achieve that is really what you've gained. Not a medal, not an award. That's what you've gained through that journey. So, you know, ooh, hey, right. Okay. Anyways, here's your letter awards. You guys come up one by one. If you want, I don't know, I probably got a little something to say about each of you. Rhett, Sherm, you'll be lettering. Even though Rhett disappeared on me, I thought he fell off the face of the earth. He wanted so bad to go out for track. Rhett's one of 4 people. Here's something that I know a couple of coaches I talked to didn't even realize. With as well as we did, there's still a ridiculous amount of room for improvement. Rhett is one of 4 people on this entire team that had a winning record. So he barely missed qualifying for state, and almost could have made. He was the 4th person down on the wild card, which is how another one of our athletes made it to state. He was the 4th person down on a 4th place wild card seeding to make it to state. So Rhett, from what I understand, I know in this season alone, made significant improvement, and like with Hector, if we can teach Hector how to wrestle, if we can just get Rhett to believe in himself, this kid's got a ridiculous amount of natural ability. Yeah, I don't know what's not clicking upstairs for you, Bo. Right? As soon as we can get this guy to believe in himself, he's got a ridiculous amount of ability. I'm not even kidding you. He's got a ridiculous amount of natural ability to go out and mop the mat with some of his opponents. And oftentimes doesn't. Still great, you know, 4th place in region, had a good season, and I appreciate everything. I appreciate 95% of everything you did. Oh, just for future reference too, because you might see this, you might not hear it, but turd and donkey are my terms of endearment for these wrestlers. You're not confused about that. That's how they know that I care about them. Call them turd and donkey. Right. This next individual, Philly. Vincent. And these guys all have letters already. That's why they get their gold bar. Philly, again, is a guy came with a tremendous amount of gumption and desire to do well. But I'm not saying anything, guys, trust me. I might come off as, well, I am a little insensitive, but I mean it with a lot of heart when I say you got to quit doing stupid moves. If I can get Philly, if I can get Philly to quit doing some really stupid moves, then he's going to be a good wrestler. You know, no more headlocks. All right, you know, no more headlocks. We don't do that junk. That's junk wrestling. You know, unless you're down by 3 points and you absolutely after, that's the only time. But you throw 3 headlocks and don't get them, don't throw a 4th. All right? Okay. But no, Philly did a great job this year. Improved really well throughout the year. You know, one of the things that I really can't ask any more from Philly about is his desire to do well. He's got a tremendous amount of desire to do well, desire to be a good wrestler, and those are things that you can't coach. You can't coach that kind of stuff in guys. He'll do almost anything I ask him, but he won't stop doing some things that I ask him. Once we get there, we're good to go. Got the wild card. Philly's a guy who got the wild card place in state, went to region, took 4th, thought his season was over, and based on how they do the wild card, and this, just to let you know, they're not doing that at all after this year that they've told me. But AIA changes things from week to week. But they gave up because they didn't want to have any buys. No, they wanted everybody to have a first match in a 16-man bracket, so they did a fourth place wild card. Philly got that 4th place wild card and got the experience of wrestling at the state finals this year, which those are experiences you can't compare to anything and will help you become a better wrestler for the next season. So, thanks, Philly.